Here's some slides that I wanted to show you all today. This is our digital economy that, as we see it today. These companies, these organizations sort of take up a lot of our time today. You all agree? Netflix, yeah? Google, of course, Facebook. We heard about the whole Facebook thing, right? You also, Mr. Zuckerberg yesterday in the Senate hearings, 6 hours of grilling. WhatsApp, LinkedIn, YouTube, who knows about YouTube? If you look at the figures here, these take up a lot of our time. But what does it really mean? By 2020, this is a phenomenal stat, all mobile devices will contain biometrics. 2020, that's in a couple of years. And that creates a whole opportunity, if you all from that sector understand what I'm saying here, for moving from where we are today into the whole Internet of Things economy with new digital identities. It's a whole opportunity that's opening up, which is why we're here today to see what we can do to open up this opportunity. This is an interesting slide. If you look at the left-hand side, you remember GE? You know, who knows what GE is? Number one on the list of stock market valuations, $372 billion. 2006, ExxonMobil. You know who that is? Yeah. $447 billion in 2006. 2011, still number one, but their value dropped. And you can start to see some Microsoft is there, Apple is there. 2016, 3 of the top 5 are technology companies. Berkshire Hathaway, that's Warren Buffett, who also has a whole technology portfolio, as well as you might know him as Gecko, life insurance, those things. He's a conglomerate. And ExxonMobil, now number 5 on the list. But look at 2017. The top 5 companies in the world by stock valuation are all technology companies, every one. Apple, who is about to hit $1 trillion in valuation. They're at 922, I think, today. Google, $730 billion. Microsoft, $660 billion. Amazon, $564 billion. And Facebook, $513 billion. The world is changing. This is where the new oil, as I say, or these things are happening today. What does that mean? I'm sure if you could see this. This is a stat that shows the amount of unfilled vacancies for ICT-based positions in the US in 2016. According to this stat, there are just about 36 to 38,000 vacancies that can be filled in this sector today. Companies lose $14,000 US for every vacant job over 3 months. And for 1 in 6 companies, it's actually $25,000 that they're losing. The skills that are required in 2020. In 2015, complex problem solving was number 1 and number 1 in 2020. But changes are starting to happen. Critical thinking, moving up to number 2. Creativity, shifting right up from 10 to number 3. People management still up there, coordinating with others. Emotional intelligence, new skill. Judgment decision making, service orientation, negotiation, and cognitive flexibility, which is very important on that list. This is from the World Economic Forum's Future of Jobs report in 2017, I think. These are the skills that are emerging that need to be ingrained in us and in our young people and in our companies so we could take the next step forward to participate in the digital economy. According to the same report, 35% of core skills will change between 2015 and 2020. And you're seeing in the financial services industry and basic infrastructure where this is happening more, it's above average. It's also happening above average in Italy, India, China, Turkey, South Africa, Germany, France, and Mexico. This is what is happening today. Trinidad and Tobago is not on this list as yet, obviously, but we are seeing disruption starting to emerge in our own economies. We're starting to see it, and I think today we'll hear more about it from our panel discussion with Dr. Kisto later. And the last slide that I wanted to show you, which is sort of to hit on the key areas. Some of the things that we're looking to do in Trinidad and Tobago with our program is turn the focus from standard software ICT thinking into the areas where we believe and we've seen that there are skill gaps. I mentioned before there are 38,000 vacancies in the US, plenty more around the world, and the majority of those are in these areas. I know data science has gotten a bad name recently, but data science is a huge one. Big data analytics, robotics, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, everything you have, your phone, your fridges, your cars, all those connected, 3D printing, and of course, blockchain for those who are so into that technology. What we are doing in the Global Service Promotion Program is really trying to create a quantum shift in the thought processes of our country. One of the things you want to do is when you talk to your kids and they talk about what they want to be when they grow up, doctors, lawyers, firemen, whatever. We also want to add this sector to that pot of options. And to do that, we need your help as skills development organizations, as entrepreneurs, as the government, as the IDB, to ensure that when those questions come, they have an opportunity to fill them, and they won't be able to say things like, well, I tried, but there was no opportunity, or there was no courses in the school, or there was no support in the country for that. So I'm happy to see everybody here today, because today is the day we are doing that. We're starting a milestone to change that thinking.